All right, we are ready to do the back side of our state lap book. This is the last video to do this part. For this project, you might need the map that I gave you of Indiana, and then you will need both of these pieces of paper that are cut out. One of them has this little rectangle down in the bottom. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that first. So you have these 6 different topics you can choose from. You need to choose one of them to do research and write about, and whichever one you choose, you're going to glue into this little rectangle. And depending on which one you choose, you might need your map. So let's go over a few of them. This one says, explain how the state flag was chosen and give 4 facts about the importance of its different features. Should be different features. If you do that one, you'll put it right here, and then you will not need your map for that. You will just write down all of the things talking about our state flag. This one says, what are the top 3 crops in the state? Explain how each one is important to the economy. And you'll glue that one right there if that's the one you choose to do. I know some of you really like agriculture, so that one might be a fun one to do. You will not need the map to do that one. Discuss challenges unique to the state and provide possible solutions. So what are some difficulties? What are some challenges that Indiana faces? Again, you won't need the map if you do that one. This one says, what is the oldest college in the state? Give 6 facts about the college and its history. So if you choose to do that one, you also will not need the map. You just put it right in there and talk about the oldest college in the state of Indiana. Now, these last 2, you'll have to use the map. This one says, locate 3 landforms in the state and give thorough facts about each one. Include a map. This is a good one to look at the example of the state of Texas and how they separated out the state of Texas according to their landforms. And you would do the same, but with the map of Indiana, and you would color it and write the landforms on there. And then you would give thorough facts about each of those different landforms in your writing. And then the last one says, locate 3 waterways in the state and give thorough facts about each one and include a map. So again, it might be a great idea to look at that example of the state of Texas. They gave you one with waterways and they gave you one with landforms. And that would be a great example. And then you'll do it on the state of Indiana. So we'll pretend that this is the one I do, this last one. I'm going to just glue it right in here, right on that rectangle there. I think doing maps is lots of fun. It's enjoyable to find all these fun rivers and waterways and different things that our state has in it. And then I'm going to set this aside for just a minute. This is a little bit different than the example shows. The example shows you with a state map on top. I actually want you to put the state map on the bottom if you choose to do one for the state map. So you'll take your state map once you've colored it, done the waterways or the landforms, whichever you choose or have chosen, and then you'll flip it over and you'll just do some nice glue dots all around it. Lots and lots, kind of in the middle, not too many, where it gushes out, and then you'll flip it over and you'll center it up the best you can, and then just press and allow it to stick. And that will actually be the back page if you use the ones with the maps. So this will be on the very back. And then what you'll do after you've done that, you're going to take these 2 pages. This back page is if you needed extra space. From the first page, you're going to make a flap I would assume for most of these, you're going to need both of these pages if you write a good amount and you do some good research on this. So on the back page, what I'm going to do is I'm actually, since this top section is kind of thin, it's not as thick as this, I'm just gonna glue, I'm gonna put this down to that first line. Instead of gluing that whole tab down, I'm only gluing half of it, and that is okay. So if you look, I've only got half that tab folded. I didn't fold the whole thing. If I fold the whole thing, I'm not gonna be able to see my map. Now, if you don't have a map and this is the back page, then you would actually put glue all over the back of this page and put it directly on the folder. But if you have a map, you'll have to do what I'm doing and make the tab. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm actually gonna I'm gonna turn mine upside down because I want to take this tab and I want to line it up. Let's see if I can do this well so you can see. Line it up and center it with the top up here the best that I can with the top of that map page. Just wanted to slide a bunch. I want to line it right up there. Does not want to stay put today. And I'm going to press down and help that to stay put, and then turn it back over. Once it's dry, you can lift up and you've got your flap with the map. Again, if you didn't use the map, this would be the page. You would just stick it directly onto your blue folder or your pink folder, whatever color you ended up with. Now, for this one, we are gonna fold all the way. This whole flap we're gonna fold down. So it's gonna be a nice big flap. Looks like it's gonna meet that second line pretty well. I like it when it does that because you got something to line it up with. And then I'm just gonna do a few glue dots on this one. And then again, this one I can actually line up at the bottom or I can line up at the top. Either one is fine. And then I'm going to press my flap down. And this is where my title would be. Indiana Landforms, Indiana Waterways, Indiana Agriculture, whatever one you choose to do. So then when you're done, you've got your topic down here, your top page, your next page, and then your map if you need one. So that is what it will look like when it's finished. When yours is all assembled, you'll have this front cover that you've got glued in. You'll open it up. You'll have over here your newspaper articles, your local Native American tribes, fun places to visit, your state timeline, scrapbook, file cabinet, your most populated cities, that's where your Brad went, your state capitol, Congress, and museums. And then when you close it back up and you flip it over, you've got that back page of reports. Now, it's a good thing that just happened because you want to be very careful when transporting this to school. Make sure when you're closing it, your things don't get mushed, and then be very careful. Make sure your things don't fall out. These ones with pockets, it is very easy for these little guys to fall out. And so you want to make sure that you put it in some sort of a folder or somewhere safe so that that doesn't happen. And you're like, oh, but I did it. I just can't find it. So there is your Indiana State Lap Book. I'm so excited to see your guys's. I know you worked so hard on them and they are going to look absolutely amazing.